Well, former U.S. Attorney Joe Digenova says that President Obama knew all about the FBI's targeting of President Trump and that people still don't understand the extent of the CIA's involvement. He claims that former FBI Director James Comey and former CIA Director John Brennan were the leaders of a coup to reverse the election of President Trump. One America's John Hines has more in this exclusive interview.
Do people go to jail for this, and why not?
People should go to jail for the Carter Page stuff, the lying on the FISA warrants, the misleading the FISA courts, submitting false documents to the FISA courts. Those are all felonious acts. For me, what matters is accountability at this point. You have two institutions that are vital to American freedom, the FBI and the Justice Department. They were completely corrupted under two attorneys general, Eric Holder and Loretta Lynch, with the authority and knowledge of the then President of the United States, Barack Obama. And you'll never forget, I'm sure, that famous Susan Rice email on Inauguration Day of Donald Trump, where she sends an email to the file memorializing that there had been a meeting on January 5th with the President of the United States, all senior law enforcement and intelligence officials, where they reviewed the status of Crossfire Hurricane, and the President announced, President Obama, that he was sure that everything had been done by the book. I must say, I want to thank Susan Rice for being so stupid and so arrogant to write that email on January 20th, because that's Exhibit A for that Barack Obama knew all about this from start to finish and was more than happy to have the civil rights of massive numbers of Americans violated so he could get Donald Trump.
But you knew this was going on before it officially became known. I mean, you've been talking about this. How did you know?
Because here's the thing about this. This was not hard. If you're a good prosecutor, you look at the facts in the Trump case and the Page case, the Flynn case, there's only one conclusion you can come to. None of this makes any sense. None of these people were evil. None of them. They were framed, and the whole process was playing out. And you knew it on July 5th, 2016, when James Comey announced, usurping the functions of the Attorney General, that no reasonable prosecutor would bring a case against Hillary Clinton. That was ludicrous. She destroyed 30,000 emails that were under subpoena. If you or I did that, we would be in prison today. She got a break because she was Hillary Clinton, and James Comey was trying to kiss her fanny because he wanted something from her when she became President of the United States. All of these people who watched that news conference and didn't think that that was a disgrace for the FBI, and then subsequently watched all this stuff involving Trump and Page and Papadopoulos and Michael Flynn and couldn't see that the corrupt investigative process of the FBI and the DOJ was being used to basically conduct a coup d'etat. I mean, you have to be an idiot. Any first-year assistant U.S. attorney would look at all these facts and say, there's a coup underway, there's a conspiracy. But for those of us who thought that, the Washington Post, the New York Times, we were conspiracy theorists. You know what? Pretty damn good theory, it appears today.
That's true. To what extent is the CIA involved in this?
Well, there's no doubt that John Brennan was the primogenitor of the entire counterintelligence investigation. It was John Brennan who went to James Comey and basically pummeled him into starting a counterintelligence investigation against Trump. Brennan's at the heart of this. He went around the world. He enlisted the help of foreign intelligence services. He's responsible for Joseph Mifsud and other people. So
he's responsible for Mifsud?
Listen, people do not have even the beginning of an understanding of the role that John Brennan played in this. He is a monstrously important person, and I underscore monstrously important person. He has done more damage to the Central Intelligence Agency. It's equal to what James Comey has done to the FBI. It's pretty clear that James Comey will go down in history as the single worst FBI director in history, regardless of how Mr. Durham treats him.
Because he precipitated much of this?
Because he precipitated it, he caused it, he encouraged it, and he is responsible for it at a minimum. He and John Brennan are the coup leaders